retirement can be such a great thing. I was talking to an older gentleman the other day that had just retired, and Wayne, he was telling me, I don't know if I need a financial plan or not. I don't think I need one. I'm set up. I have my savings account and good to go until I go, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't know what to tell him other than I think you probably should talk to a financial planner, but do people need a financial planner after they retire?
What's interesting about that question is what sport in the world, whether it's football, whether it's tennis, whether it's cycling, what sport in the world do the top athletes not have coaches?
I can't think of any.
They all do. And a lot of times the athletes are better than the coaches at the sport, but the athlete knows they're going to get more out of their body, they're going to be more consistent, they're going to be more productive if they have a coach there trying to keep them online. Whether it's basketball, whether it's Michael Jordan, the best basketball player in the world at his day, or someone else.
He had a pretty
LeBron
great
James,
coach.
I don't care. They all had coaches. But we get to a game like financial planning, investing, that has more rules and more laws and more products than any game out there. It's the most complicated game in the world. And we think we're going to be our own coach. Well, what's the likelihood we're going to be our best if we're our own coach?
It's not very good.
It's not very likely.
Not very likely.
And so it makes no sense. I mean, and am I biased? Sure, I'm biased, but it makes no sense to not have a coach. But we convince ourselves, because how do you measure? What would I have done if I had a coach? What would I have done if I didn't have a coach? I tell all my clients, you hire me, and in 2 years you aren't happy, I'll pay you all my fees back. When's the last time I had someone pay me? Because what they're afraid of is that, well, there's no value. But when they get there, they see so much value that, do they ask for the feedback? They can. Someday somebody will. You make a silly offer like that, someday they will, but they don't. Because there are so many things that they don't think about. They aren't even thinking about the things. They haven't even cleaned out their closet. If you clean out their financial closet, there's things in their closet that they don't even remember why they have it.
The value of a financial planner like yourself, I didn't even know until I started working for you and with you. And now I can see it, and I'm even going, man, I need to hire me a financial planner, right? I know a guy. But how do people see that value? How do we connect the dots and get them to the point to where they see the value and pull the trigger and say, yes, I need to hire a financial planner, even at retirement?
You can't convince people. They either are going to realize that a coach is worthwhile or not. And many people say, well, it's going to cost me money. I'm not going to do that. It's tough. How many people, of the people you know, or the people that are out there, how many people are sitting out there today without a will? I can tell you it's more than a third.
Yep.
It's more than a third. And they would tell you, well, I love my family, but they're going to let the state of Oregon decide what happens with their assets in the family the day they die. What? It doesn't connect. I mean, where does I love my family, but not enough to do a document. But everybody dies. Everybody dies. And the reason you need a planner is you need a coach. You need to make it real. But if I force somebody to hire me that doesn't want a coach, that doesn't want the truth, it's the worst day for all of us.
It's more than just investments. I think that people get hung up on, they're just going to invest my money and that's it. Financial planners like yourself, you do so much more, and so it's interesting that
I spend 95% of my time on stuff that has nothing to do with investments. And I'll put my portfolios against anybody. But what makes our practice great is the time we spend on things that everybody else ignores.
Yep.
We're in the middle of change right now. We're doing some stuff and working with some people that can't believe what we do with beneficiaries because they don't see anybody do that.
It's very true.
And beneficiaries are critical to your planning, and nobody deals with it. Everybody says they do, but
Not
they
like
don't.
we do.
Not like we do, so for sure. And so that's what planning is getting into your financial closet, cleaning out the closet, looking at everything, knowing what you have, why you have it. And then this other side of that is, when my clients need me the most is in the worst of days. Whether it's my 65-year-old that died in 3 weeks a couple of years ago, whether it's my 85-year-old that's losing capacity, whether it's my 85-year-old widow that her husband's body functions have literally shut off today. She needs me. I called her the other day and she could no more think. She couldn't think.
Yeah.
Life was so frustrating. Life was so scary. Life was so, she can't even, well, I need to bring some sense. I need to bring some calmness. I need to bring some reality, because if it gets bad enough, I need to call her daughter and say, we got to play a game. And that's when the game gets tough.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
when
all
you need a
think we're
coach.
so good. Well, we need a coach all the time, but we all think we're so good, and we all think those times aren't going to happen. And I've had 40-year-olds die.
Yep.
I don't know when it's going to happen. And we'll play a better game getting there, but when life gets tough, you want a coach there. You want to be playing your best game. You want to be your best. So don't let the world convince you that you're going to be better without a coach, because you won't.